Brothers, brothers and sisters, good evening, good evening, good evening, wherever you're watching around the world. Today, I'm here to talk about parliamentary system of government and presidential system of government. Which one is more better and which one is more favorable? Which look after their citizens more better and which way Nigeria or African countries can go? And that's the reason why I'm here. And if you're watching this video, please let's touch life together. Let's emancipate ourselves together. Let's bring things in perspectives. Whatever you know, whatever you think is the better way of leading the countries, let us know. But as you can tell, the Fulani herdsmen issues emanating from Nigeria has been a talk of town, talk of the city, talk of the hamlet, talk of the village, and talk of international community. So how do we stamp out this corrupt government? How do we stop Fulani herdsmen? They call it bandit, they call it Boko Haram, they call it ISIS, they call it all sorts of names. Then how do we make sure our government are representing us? But so far, so good. We have 36 state governors, we have ministers, about 744 local government council, if I'm not mistaken, in 36 states of Nigeria. And all these combined together with councillors and chairmen and everything, nobody has been able to come up with a consensus to address the insecurity affecting Nigerians and some other African countries. So we want to try and look at the preambles, the importance of having a government in a country, and the disadvantage of rebels setting fire and destroying it. The important part of this is we're all trying to brainstorm to bring about a change to a lasting solution to the insecurity facing Nigeria. Now, if you're watching this video, help me share this video. Let's touch life together. This is time for us to come together in one voice to stamp out corruption, indiscipline, and insecurity. So those are the things that is affecting Nigeria today. Now, if you go back to all part of Nigeria, it's on fire. Everywhere is burning. But the central government system don't care. They don't want to know. All the best doing now is just retiring in the military. About maybe 50 colonels, major generals, and brigadiers, lieutenant colonels, we are all retired. Now, why all this is taking place? So Ray, my good friend, was shot with a what's it called? A canister. A canister of I forgot how do I place it. It's a gun with a canister of a tear gas. If used to shoot. So what a luck he have, it wasn't in life a bullet. Otherwise, he would have been dead. And that same person was shot. He just shot him because it's a Yoruba person, and you can tell how much people can do to kill their brothers. It is a prophecy fulfilled. Like I said in my previous broadcast, God has created you to see these days as a part of your life. Don't fear. If you say there's no God, you lie, man. God created all these in response to humanity so that people can know rightfully where they belong. Because the whole life we are living is all we are making out of it. Believe me honestly, the life we live is what we make out of it. There's no two ways about it. So if you're watching this video, please help me share this video. Let's touch life together. It's very, very important. We're talking about the life we live is what we make out of it. We're talking about presidential system of government and parliamentary system of government. Here in Australia, New Zealand, UK, India, Israel, and so many other countries around the world practice, like Pakistan, practice parliamentary system of government. And if you look at it, majority carries the day. Now, let's put Australia in perspective. For example, let's check what they've done right or what they've done wrong. that have made this country so good, so beautiful, so creative, so manifesting. And go to New Zealand, it looks like you're in paradise on earth. These countries are using parliamentary system of government. If you go to somewhere like the UK, they're using parliamentary system of government. Somewhere like Russia, Germany, and some other part of European countries, they are all using India, and so many countries, they rely on parliamentary system of government. While on the other hand, countries like America, Canada, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, France, and some other countries, they all rely on presidential system of government. But the good thing about all these developed nations is that they have a system that the law works in this system when it comes to parliamentary system of government and presidential system of government. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to Africa, we operate majority of African countries about from independence, like counting from 1960, about 40 countries practice, more than 40 countries practice democracy in Africa, if not all countries in Africa at the moment. I know the Moroccans and like Western Sahara don't have independence. Ethiopia doesn't have any independence, but they have a safe rule. All these countries, what development have they reached to that extent of government? How good are they to have been able to come out to look after themselves in terms of democratic foundations, in terms of looking after their people, looking after building infrastructures, in terms of bringing humanity, taking humanity as a first point of contact before the properties. Because the government is to preserve or look after the people. There's a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Democracy, that's what I call it. Democracy can exist in parliamentary system of government, and democracy exists when you practice presidential system of government. Let's take Nigerian system, presidential system of government, for example. Everybody's blamed the British government for setting that nation to failure. I mean, if you go to school and you write an exam, you didn't pass. Most of us write exam, we don't pass. We go back again and rewrite it. So if everyone is going to blame the Britain to say they set up Nigeria to fail, but Nigeria are one of the best education. They have the educationalists in the world. One of the best. One of the best. Before you count 3-4 people, a Nigerian man is inside. I can tell you, the drone, it was created by a Nigerian. There's a Nigerian in America who have 7 master degree, and is still pursuing another 3 separate master degree. You have engineer, you have economists, you have commerce, you have all sort of degrees. This is an engineer, this is a Nigerian. There's also a Nigerian who remove a baby from the womb, fix the tumor the baby was fixing, treat the baby outside the womb, and put it back in the womb and stitch it back before the baby was delivered. That is also a Nigerian. So the computer you talk about, Nigeria has a hand in creating computers. They are the best engineers when it comes to creations. But when it comes to investment as well, let's take the Heathrow Airport or the Scotland Airport or the New York Airport. These are airports that be designed by Nigeria, owned by Nigerians. So it is not about the intellectualisms. It's about people that are hungry to catch power and without relinquishing it. Even when they relinquish it, physically, morally, and otherwise, these people are still there. Let's take Tinubu, for example. They say they own the whole Lagos. They say they own the whole Lagos. They say they own the whole Lagos. And there's a paper that came out today that is collecting about 11 billion out of the treasury, of Lagos account treasury, every month or every year. To what extent this man is going to take the system to what extent? Presidential system of government of Nigeria has failed woefully. completely woefully. There's nothing to write home about it when it comes to presidential system of government that Nigerians are practicing from independence. It hasn't worked in all ramifications. Look from the west, east, south, and north. Presidential system of government has not worked for Nigeria. It hasn't worked for any country in Africa. Take South Africa, for example. South Africa practice presidential system of government. They only like themselves, only in Africa. When it comes to discrimination and racism practices, they don't like any other country, irrespective of the color. Corruption is everywhere. Jacob Zuma has been charged for corruption. It has even when he was a minister in the previous government before he became the president, he was already corrupt. So if you look at it from independence, the people that has been ruling Nigeria, it is either themselves or their family members that have been ruling Nigeria from independence. These people have stuck money in the soccer way, they've stuck money in a water tank, they've stuck money in British Bank, America Bank, Panama City Bank, Bank of Hong Kong, Bank of China, Bank of South Africa, or Sterling Bank, all sort of banks. They've stuck money. Some of them have died and children are still suffering, and their money is somewhere in another country bank being used. Like people say from rumor, they said over 5 billion pounds, 500 billion pounds of Nigerian money is in the British Bank. Nobody knows the truth. So corruption is built. Presidential system of government create corruption, build corruption. And when they build corruption, they add bones to it so that it can collapse. So presidential system of government give a very big room to corruption, extermination, kidnapping, and all sort of things, rubbish, mass shootings, corruptions. That's the aim of presidential. I never like it. I never deem it. It is good to become a governor. It is good to become a president. But when the power given to these people, vested on these people, is too much that they cannot give account of what they do with the power. You see, this presidential system of government, let me see if I can find something I can use to describe it. Let me see. African politics. Yeah, they call it big man politics. They call it big man politics when it comes to presidential system of government in Africa. They call it the big man politics. It looks like African boys playing soccer in Europe. They call it, if you get to a stage, they start playing big man soccer. It feels so pompous that the other nations are winning. They are only protecting their legs so that they can play anywhere for the money. They will not score for their country because they have the money to buy the position. They will always remain there. That's big man. I call it big man politics. Big man. Big man politics. So this presidential system of government has created a lot of trouble in African countries. Malawi, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Togo, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria. I'm going to start naming instances where presidential system of government has failed woefully in Africa. Let's start from Nigeria. President Babangida is almost dying because though he's still not right off, he's still cooking his children to become a governor, whatever. These are people that fought the war for stabilization of Nigeria. Babangida has stuck Nigerian money away in the foreign country accounts. He destroyed Nigeria to the extent where it is. He created a lot of atrocity by holding on to power. He hold on, and when there's MKO Abiola won a presidential self-government, Babangida refused to give him that presidential race. Exactly. If what is it called? Tinubu is not careful, Buhari would do the same thing to him. Because these people have converted themselves to begin. It's not a race. I'm not trying to be racist here. These guys converted themselves to become a Muslim because they want to use the Muslim fundamentalists in the north to crown themselves a president. And it is the northern Nigerians are so clever, even though they are not much educated. They are too clever. They believe they know if the presidency leave their hand and go to the hand of these people, it will be difficult to get back. So as a result, they will do everything to keep the presidency to themselves. Now, Babangida and Olusegun Obasanjo, these are people who have been ruling. Obasanjo ruled Nigeria started from independence. To this very moment, is still influential when it comes to Nigerian politics. And their influence in Nigerian politics has not yielded any dividend. Rather, they make room for corruption in order for them to siphon the resources of the federation. Corruption led to the civil war. Barbaric situation led to the civil war that create the name Biafra. Biafra was a region of its own in this present-day Cameroon. What Igbo language speaking was the first language spoken in Equatorial Guinea. So they came to Nigeria using the Bight of Benin. So they have a place to stay in the eastern part of Nigeria, and the Biafra people settled down there. They need a nation for themselves. But there are people, the so-called Biafran people, the so-called Igbo people, half of them are so corrupt. Let's take Iberiberism, for example. Ato Zeriben, for example. All the years shall grow in Wanya, all these people were all corrupt people. Because of the amount of wealth these people have, they refused to allow a nation to be carved out of Nigeria. These people have a lot of massive wealth outside they are mad west outside the Igbo land. They have companies, they have all sort of things. These guys are rich. So that's why when there's an agitation, they knew they're probably going to lose all their properties if they're going to support it. That aside, then you look at Buhari, you look at Abacha, you look at Jonathan Goodluck, Jonathan. All these are all seed of presidential system of government. Then you go back to a country like Malawi. Clifford Armstrong, who later renamed himself as Kamuzubanda. His real name is Christopher Armstrong. He later renamed himself as Kamuzubanda. They look alike, they're very clear. The real Kamuzubanda died in America. So a few years before, Kamuzubanda came to rule Malawi with an iron hand. Then when he passed, the government was given to Bakele Muluzi, who run the country dry. These are people given birth by a presidential system of government. Then you go to Togo. You hear the man of Togo. The man, everybody rumored to come from Nigeria, from Aunchi. Momo of Sierra Leone. These are Jaja Jawara of Gambia. These are all corrupt presidents giving birth by presidential system of government. You go to Les Campore. All these are all presidential system of government that have been given. See, presidential system of government have given birth to destruction. Almost Africa continent have been destroyed by presidential system of government. It hasn't yielded anything. They call it democracy. If you look at it carefully, you really know that the demo has been crazy when it comes to Africa colonialism. Now, Africa is stuck up in colonialism, and they blame the West for colonizing them, for bringing them light, or bringing them home, bringing them infrastructure, for teaching them. The end part of it is these guys take the African wealth and stack it up in the European country banks, and then go back and borrow the money and pay interest on top of the money when they are stacking there. This is hilarious. It's barbaric to see the Africans getting banned without using their IQ. So, my people, share this video. Let's touch life together. It is good to be good. And let's talk about presidential system of government. If you have anything to say, just leave me a comment, and I will bring you guys in. If you want to be a part of this broadcast, leave me a comment. I'll bring in all comment. So they know presidential system of government has not yield any single thing when it comes to Nigeria, when it's come to governance in Africa. Instead, the presidential government have they came to Africa to steal. See, colonialism brought a lot of good things to Africa. Let's take Nigeria, for example. You cannot imagine, since 1960, Nigeria is unable to provide electricity for the citizens. Unable to provide electricity to his people. And yet, these people will go around yap. How can you vote a governor in? How can you vote a governor in? He cannot do common landscaping. They don't even know the meaning of landscaping. They bought a electoral paper to contest a governorship for 100 million. Where did they get it from? If they are not corrupt, how can you create a system that will give you room to steal? Look at the recent conclusion of a dual election. Just have a look at it. What has this yield so far? All it yield is corruption. Yesterday, PDP state chairman in Edo State has been suspended. The 14 House of Representatives that have not been swearing, they are now planning to charge them for treasonable offense. I mean, presidential system of government, create room, give room, make way for corruption, make way for big man politics. They call it big man politics when it comes to Africa. Only one person can eat. Surround itself with bodyguards, security, do all sort of things, and destroy the system that was built for them to excel. When they are campaigning, I don't know how I'm going to phrase this. These people they are genius. They can even call a monkey from the tree to come and eat banana in their palm when they are campaigning. They will give you everything on earth from their mouth. They will build castle in the air from their mouth. But when it comes to a total administration, trust me, heaven and earth is watching. These people will run you down. You can't imagine a society where someone who is not in the government, who is to have nothing to do with the political system of the country, a governor will go and give that person 140 million to buy votes. At the end, things will start boomeranging on their faces. 140 million for just a daft 100 million for another guy who were calling the one of the big personality, the big heavyweight on the phone. So, sir, we have won. And the person replies, sorry, delete my number from your phone. I've already paid you. Don't call me anymore. Just think about it. Presidential system of government give room to corruption. A system of government where there is no opposition. Nobody's coming to ask you what you do or what you don't do. Once you are a governor, once you are a president, then you just stamp authority on your people. You start talking like Jesus Christ. Like God says, this is my son. In him, I'm well pleased. You see, corruption is a cancerous disease that has no medicine. It has no cure. Even in the westernized world, there's still corruption. It's only that it's not as severe as what is going on in Africa. Corruption in Africa is like the coronavirus, that is the UK strain and the India strain mixed together, or mixed the Brazilian strain added to it, or add South African strain coronavirus. Cook all this. That is exactly what presidential system of government in Africa represent. It is good to be good. Please share this video. Let's touch life together. It is good to be good. But the question is this. I want people to get this clear to themselves. If you want a better African, if you want a better Nigeria, if you want a better Ghana, a better Sierra Leone, a better Liberian, we start thinking of how to change the presidential system of government and go into parliamentary system of government where they will be clamped together like this. Majority stays in the house. There will be debate on what to spend the money on. Not somebody will just go to the office, sign a check of 100 million, and go and give it to his girlfriend in the UK. I see governor flying out of Nigeria. They'll go and stay one day in America and fly back. Some will fly to UK, stay 6-7 hours. The same day, they will fly back to Nigeria. Is that a system that is working? Why would a governor fly from the UK and stay 6 hours and fly back? Senators go and sleep with a girlfriend in the UK, fly back the same day. Just tell the baby, I'm coming on my way. He will catch a flight 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 hours later, he's already in the UK. Sleep with the girl, fly again in the evening. In the morning, he's already in Nigeria. This is how these people operate. And using churches and all these pastors' aircraft to move money. Corrupt system. To no destination. Some of our commissioners and senators are languishing in jail outside the country today because why? The governors have used them to steal. Tell me, my brothers and sisters, are we going to heaven or are we going to hell? Look at Nigeria, the situation. How the bandits are killing. They call it bandit, they call it Fulani, they call it Nigerian, they call all sort of names. Yet, the police and the military, the Air Force, have not been able to come out to say this is wrong or this is bad. Boko Haram has been tormenting Nigeria for years now. And no one has been able to come out to say enough is enough. Yet, get this right. Yet, get it right. What I'm going to say now is going to shock you. We have 36 state governors. These 36 state governors collect a minimum of 700 million every month from the federal system, from the federal government. For security, 700 million. That is the minimum. The minimum the states are collecting. What are they doing with this security money? What are they doing with this security money? The money was meant to protect life and properties. And if you go to all the states around Nigeria, you will discover that Fulani herdsmen are moving in from Guinea, moving from Sierra Leone, Liberia, moving in from Burkina Faso. They are moving in from even as far as to Senegal. People are coming to Nigeria to stay inside the forest because they attack people. They have AK-47 kidnapping people. If you go to the immigration post, they are busy issuing Nigerian passport to Fulani herdsmen in Nigeria. But yet, if you go to Nigerian overseas embassy, they will tell you there's no booklet. There's no booklet for Nigeria. There's no booklet for Nigeria. Even here in Canberra, in Australia, they are crying that there's no booklet there. In February, they came to make people to get a passport, issue passport. They blame everything now on no passport. No passport, no booklet, no booklet. But back in Africa, back in Nigeria, Fulani herdsmen are issuing them Nigerian passport. This is a system that has no identity. Anybody can just go into the country, go to the court, or somebody just give you affidavits. You go back and tell them you are living in about 45 Dwaka Road. That's it, and they will just give you a international passport. Nobody cares. That is what the fruit and labor of presidential system of government. A government that does not care for its people. A government that does all they know is how to pack paper, ballot paper inside the box. They are prepared to ring election to the end. That is what parliamentary system, presidential system of government giving to Africa. Sometimes I want to look back and say, who did this to us? If somebody is going to tell you African will still be suffering in the midst of plenty at this space race, you wouldn't believe it. Moses was once in Africa. Jesus Christ went to Africa. Paul, David, Theophilus, Pharaoh, all these are all Africans. All these are all Africans. King Solomon, they were all Africans. These are great men of the Lord. These are great people from Lord. We have it all. We were blessed, and we are still blessed. Africa, my Africa, is this your back that is bent? Why are we struggling to sit in a chair that we created, that we built? We have a system of government in Nigeria that does not give room for a president to address a nation, to tell a nation how it is. The presidential aircraft or a private aircraft crash, kill all the military personnel. The president did not come out to address the nation. A disaster. Nigerians are stranded in India. They are dying in numbers. The government of the day has not been able to send an aircraft to go and pick his citizens up. And yet, to this very moment, nobody knows whether there's Buhari or there's Buhari. Because we don't know. A president that does not address his nation, even the commissioner of police, cannot speak good English. All they know how to do is to shoot canisters, shooting peaceful demonstrators. That's all, my people. It is good to be good. That the way forward is to change the system of government that we are practicing, because right from independence or right from the time immemorial, that system of government have not been able to yield any good thing for the Nigerians. Take, for instance, the presidential system of government that we are practicing in Nigeria has given Nigerian presidential Aso 17 private jets, presidential jets, 17. The nation don't have one. Nigeria Airways, Air Force One. The Aso Rock have 17. But the nation don't have one. Is that not barbaric? Is that not surprising? Is that not emaciating of a nation? Is that not wearing away of a nation? And somebody's coming to tell you today that we are one, we are two, we are three. A society where a president will tell you, a presidential candidate will tell you that if he doesn't win, the country is going to go through hell. And exactly what is going on. Who cares? Our family, sometimes we shed tears from here, look at them, what is going on. And then let's take for instance, Australia. They practice presidential parliamentary system of government. It is a government for the people, by the people, and for a government that cares for its citizens. A government that invests on their citizens. I can tell you the benefit of becoming an Australian or living in Australia. If you are an Australian citizen, you can get education and pay later. If you are Australian citizens, you have a Medicare to buy medication and see doctor for free. Buy medication on subsidized rates. If you are an Australian, you can get COVID-19 benefits. If you are a permanent resident. That is what presidential system of government, parliamentary system of government give to its citizens. They give you social benefits, social welfare, hospital cover. They give you everything. They pay you allowances. Parliamentary system of government is a system where law works. In fact, the law talks. One is being said, pronounced, so day. It's going to be you working with one leg. Everybody will start working with one leg, because if you put the other leg down, you get a fine. And the way they say it, that is the way it should be. Nobody's going to say, why did you say that? Why? Once they pronounce that law, and it's immediately they say it out of their mouth. That's it. Even before it's been signed, for saying it alone, everybody start obeying it. Go and do it in Africa. They will turn the paper outside down. People will want to even buy the paper that is written. And even the mouth, you used to say it, people will pay money for it, just to make sure you go back there and say it that you didn't say it, to change your mouth. People will pay you to go and say, I did say it before, but now I did not say it. That's how Africa operates. It baffled me to the core to see a society who does not care for its citizens. They don't care for the citizens. How many people are dying in the Mediterranean seas? Even with this COVID, people are still trying to cross to Europe using the Mediterranean Sea, or because of poverty, or because of financial difficulties, or because of issue of reasoning. Brothers and sisters, wherever we are, whatever we think, whatever we do, let's find a way to change the system of governorship in Africa, starting from Nigeria. That way, we have been able to avert war. Because presidential government, the president will be able to sit in the front of the parliament and discuss the problem of the country. Unlike our president of Nigeria, I have not, since he became a president, I have not seen it live on the TV. All we see is a recorded broadcast. He hasn't gone to function to go and execute any plan. They have not been able to create one road. They have not built hospitals. They have not. In fact, education is on a backslide. They don't care. Insecurity everywhere. Where it rains, it floods. The governors are having girlfriend in the UK and also in America. They will fly to America, stay 2 days, sleep with their girlfriend, fly back. This is how corrupt presidential system of government has spoiled the African nations. On the other way around, parliamentary system of government has yielded a lot of benefits to the Australian government, to the New Zealand people, the UKians, and so many other countries that practice it. The law works. The law works. No talk of socialism that is being practiced in China. The law works in China. Once they said it, they said it. And if you breach the law, you breach your head. Where in Africa, I tell you, in Benin City, so a lot of people don't know what is a tap water. All they know is a borehole. This is what you vote for every 4 years. Every 4 years, people are drinking water from infected water, typhoid infected water from a borehole. And borehole was supposed to be made 600 meters apart from each other. Opposite how we have 2-3 boreholes on it. And they have soccer away they shit from inside their house, the soccer will pick it up and they dig a tap water on it. And then when they drink it, they have typhoid fever, malaria, yellow fever, all sort of things coming out of that water they are drinking, because the water need to be boiled 120 degrees before drinking it, so that all the diseases need and filtered before drinking it. But no, the way they filter, they want to take the water from the ground, the way they put it in the cup and drink it. And people are dying in numbers. You don't even know what's killing them. When anyone died in Africa, died in Nigeria, they will say witchcraft killing. It is witchcraft. It is this. Brothers, let's call a spade a spade. Let's face the reality. No matter how much we're gonna pretend that everything is good. Brothers and sisters, it's not good, it is bad. What we need is a change of system of government, so that the president will be able to sit in the parliament. Opposition leader will be sitting in the parliament. They will argue for the benefit of the nation. People will be seeing them, and people will see where they are going. This is how the advanced nations have been operating. If you go to America, the presidential system of government America, Nigeria copied half of the booklet and leave the other booklet. If you go and look at it, when America is in the parliament, they all talk constructively. The Democrat, the Republican, the independents, everyone are there to seek for a development for their people. The presidential system of government of Nigeria, the senators get paid more than the professor. Councillor get paid more than a professor. People with primary certificate, because they are being sponsored. How can you, in this modernized world we are, people will still start contesting an election with a primary certificate? Don't you know that the country is going to die? A primary certificate. The local government council I came from, the council chairman, every time he want to address the police, want to talk in the public, he will go and get you to come and speak English for him. That is to tell you how daft a nation can be. Electing people who have no brain, electing people that are cooked in the head. All they need to do, all they need to do to go and speak Morocco, speak weird, and they come and talk. They believe when you drink high, when you are high, when you drink smoke Morocco and drink ogogoro, and then you come and talk, they will say, hey, chairman. The nations and the society are all sinking. The boat is like this now. Any slight mistake, it will just tip. It will just tip. If given the room to the people that is agitating for independence on Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg platform, if given them the room, Nigeria will capsize in a tickle of an hour. It will capsize. Igbohu and Kanu are ready to capsize Nigeria if care is not taken. My brothers and sisters, we have to call a spade a spade. We have to talk to ourselves. Where are we heading to? War is imminent. War does not give birth to freedom. One thing people don't understand is there's never be a place where war gives birth to a freedom. It is our brain consensus. We have to come up with a consensus to unite ourselves together to create harmony and rebuild our nation. But all I'm advocating for today and for now is a change of the system of government that we are practicing that have not been able to yield anything from independence. From independence, it has been very, very awkward. It has been very, very, very awkward. Nigeria naira used to be bigger than the pound sterling. The dollar was just a fraction of it. Nigerian system currency used to be a holding currency in the world. I know a lot of people don't know what is a holding currency is. A holding currency is a currency that is used to hold the economy of the world together, like what the Japanese are doing now. The economy is very rich. They use the currency to hold the world, to sustain the world. Where is our money today? $1, probably 500 naira. There's useless it. They useless it. Now, presidential corrupt governors, ministers, councillors, chairmen, president, they are now using foreign exchange to stock their money. Should the case, if anything happen, their money will remain in foreign currency. This is how funny the whole system can be. It is good to be good, my people. Let's call a spade and allow a good system of government to come into the system so that we can know where we are heading to. Parliamentary system of government is one of the best governments so far I have seen in this DNA, I have seen in this new generation. A society whereby the president and the opposition leader will lock heads together. Question and answer. If you spend 1 million, they will ask you how do you spend it. If you are budgeting 10 billion, they will ask you how do you spend it. That is a proper governor. That is interlocking themselves. So before corruption can break in there, it will be so difficult. Anybody fuck up, sorry, my accent, my word. Anybody that create trouble, they easily take him out. A society, then the parliamentary system of government bring right of citizenship to the people. Like I said before, not that the presidential system of government is not good. The one the Americans are practicing, Nigeria copied half of the booklet and leave the other one behind. When they come to laws and order, Nigeria did not copy that one. All they copied is exterminating, kidnapping, embezzlement, buying 10 houses and 20 houses, living large like Okorocha, building monuments, carvings. You know, those are the type of system Africans are operating. Like I said before, a better Nigeria is a better African. A developed Nigeria is a developed African. There's no two ways about it. Whether we like it or not, that is the way it should be. If Nigeria are able to stand today, Africa will suffer no more. If Nigerians decide to build roads, build infrastructure development, put satellites in the space for telephone system, for internet system, you will discover that everything will go smoothly for an African person. But because we are practicing a corrupt system, a system that does not care for the citizenship, a system that does not give room, does give right to the citizen, trust me, if we do not fight for justice now, our children are going to face it. They're going to cough it harder. People are complaining now. In 3-4 years' time to come, people will not be complaining. You see people dying off in the street of Africa because the presidential system of government they are practicing is a gamble. You know, when you go to a gambling house, it's a system that is, you can call it a gambling system. You see people that gamble with people's life, gamble with people's property, gamble with the administration. They don't even give a damn whether people survive or not. How would you run a system that cannot common recycling plant? It cannot build. Fire service cars, they don't have. A system that cannot give you ambulance, common ambulance. People were using Kekena for ambulance in Nigeria. What a carious disease. Man. Sometimes I look at it and begin to wonder, who created this trouble for us? Why are we passing through this oligopoly? You know, why? Brothers and sisters, let's look at it carefully with our goggle. We need to change the presidential system of government that we are using to destroy the system. We need to begin to think about where we're going, what is affecting us, and why are we doing it. The presidential system of government we are practicing in Africa is the worst that have existed in all the planet Earth. We are not surviving with it. It's not taking us to anywhere, but it's taking our wealth to European banks, American banks, Permanent City, Chinese bank. Can't imagine all this. When you look at the parliamentary system of government, a government that gives room for debate, before anything went through the parliament, they will have to debate it. In Nigeria context, it doesn't work. Even if the president they are debating in Nigeria's parliament, a system that Nigeria practices, that a police commissioner, a police IG, Inspector General, they will call him in the president's in the parliament. It will not go. Who give a damn? Who are you? It will not go. A system that can just detain people indefinitely. Look at Towore, has been detained in Abuja for the past 3 years, almost 3 years now. He hasn't been able to leave. They seize his passport. He cannot leave Abuja. He's locked in the city of Abuja. That's a system. That is the reason Towore is busy fighting every day. People think he's stupid. It's not stupid. If you are in his shoe, you will do worst. That's why I respect him. If he does not speak up, they will just forget him. People don't know what that man is passing through. People don't know. He's passing through a lot. The case is constantly being adjourned in the court every day by a phone call. The president will just call, sorry, that case is already postponed. And they will get to the call, sorry, it's postponed. That's exactly what they've been doing to him. For him to be outside, he pay 100 million shorty for him to be outside. People help him raise that money. So if you look at it, go to Togo, go to let's talk about the 13 apostles of Jesus Christ. The president of Central Africa, forgot his name now. He named himself the president, the 13 apostles of Jesus Christ. That's the presidential government that does not work. Go to Congo Kinshasa, Mobutu Sese Seko, who are sent to heaven, like you see Jesus Christ going to the heaven from that movie. He said he was going to heaven, but he later died in Morocco. Lavish money, all the money. The Belgian government is still holding some billions of the money. Not what is in France. They have the best musicians so far in Africa, Congo Kinshasa. Today they are still languishing. Everything they used to make mobile phone, televisions, everything it's coming from. They have Diamond, Columba, everything is high. Still, they are lavishing in war. They are still in war. They are fighting. For the past 30 years, they'll be fighting. Can't imagine that. I went to Zaire, Congo Kinshasa. I shed tears. Back in the days, 1994, I was in Kinshasa. I shed tears when I get there. How many criminals in the street? Can't imagine that. Then you talk about what's his name? Krekru of Benin Republic. The man that walked through the street with different colors, different body. Some part will be animals, some part will be tigers, some part will be you. He walked through the street. Krekru of Benin Republic, the voodoo man. The man who gathered all the voodoo people and dumped them in the high sea. This is how wicked presidential government have come so far. Campore, Burkina Faso, Jaja the water of Gambia, Momo of Sierra Leone. You know, these are people with dead brains. They have not been able to come up with any single thing. Can a counter of Zambia, the Malawian who ruled Zambia with iron hands. Banda Armstrong, the mother was from Ghana, the father from Jamaica. This is Ghana that ruled Malawi with iron fist. All these people, they are dead. You can't imagine how Africa have not been able to evolve. You see, what's his name? The former Mozambique president that was killed on an aircraft that landed between South African border and Mozambique. What is his name? I forgot the name now. When the aircraft landed, it didn't die. Because people want him dead, the rumor says they capture him and kill him. They were supposed to be assassinated in Zambia. Kenneth Kaunda said, no, don't want any president to die in his country. They all know. There's somebody like of Tembo of Malawi, probably passed away now. Those were the autocrats, autocracy. I call them autocracy. Nigeria, Africans are practicing autocracy, authoritarian system of government, and they call it presidential system of government. A government that cannot common recycling plant they can't build road to apply for its citizens, can't give electricity to his people. And they call it presidential. What is the president? The word president supposed to be very, very significant when you pronounce it. But when it comes to Africa, it is Iberiberism. You know, African don't care. They don't care. Africa don't care. Presidential system of government have ruined Africa from independence. Nothing to show for it. Nothing. Nigeria, for example, the former Benin state was the only constitutional created state in Africa, in Nigeria. The rest were just cut. That's it. You can't imagine that. Today, the ESN, the IPOP, the MOSOP, so many things have emanated from the East. They are killing each other just for a name of freedom, in the name of power. Someone that is, my people. If you play with your cup of life, you die, you go. Like I said before, whatever you are witnessing now, it is something that God has created for you to witness in your lifetime. Not that because it is suffering, don't be scared, don't be afraid. It is a prophecy that is there. I tell people, I'm a nationalist, I'm not a rebel. I'm not a separatist. I'm a nationalist, not a separatist. I don't plan for any evil. I never plan for any destruction. This is where I see it. A better government will be able to make roads without inflating the price of the road. In Nigeria, if they make a road of 1 kilometer, probably charge you 10 billion for one kilometer. 1 kilometer is about 1,000 meters. They will just charge you 10 billion. The same money they used to build train, the money they used to build train in Ethiopia, in Nigeria, the money they're using to build the train in Nigeria, in Lagos, is times 50 for the same project, for the same kilometers. And that one is running, Nigerian one is not running. It started at the same time, built by the same company. Nigeria asked the company to inflate the price of theirs. Still, the train is not running. Nothing connecting the East, the Midwest, to Lagos, apart from driving on that dangerous, infected Boko Haram road. People are losing their life on that road. Every night, every day. That is the major hub. But 5 or 6 days ago, a big tanker, or what is it called? Tanker, not a tanker, container arrived in Benin City with Fulani herdsmen. Container. Fulani herdsmen trip out of that container, more than 100 of them. More than 100 of them. Are you not telling me, President of Government, there's no security on the road all the way from Sokoto or from Katsina to drive to Benin to come and dump these people there? If you are in Benin, if you see the people where people are tripping here and there, you begin to wonder whether they are spirits, because you can easily tell that these are not from Benin people. These are not Benin people. This is not being racist. It's not a racist card, but you can tell. If you count 10 people in Benin, maybe one person is Ishan. There's no Benin person. One person. The remaining people, either from Calabar or from Benue State. Benin people, majority of them have died in Libya Road. And the only one thing also that make me feel so worried is that we are losing our language. Edo language is gone, getting out of the system. We have parents that does not encourage their children to speak Benin. In Benin City, they will tell them to be speaking English. I don't even know what they're going to do with the English they are learning in Nigeria. Why would you deprive your son or your child a birthright to speak his own language? Why? Why? You call your family at home, they will be speaking English. And when you decide to speak the English with them, they can't. You call an artist or an actor who so, bro, I'm a Benin person, but I cannot speak that language. Why are you bragging? Why can't you practice it? French is not coming to speak your language for you. If you are waiting for my people here, my brothers and sisters here, the Aboriginals, to come and speak Benin for you in Nigeria, in Benin City, you're wasting your time. Or you are waiting for an Indian man to come and speak Benin for you, you're wasting your time. Benin is a language, just like every other language. The importance of being a rightful beneficiary of a citizen of a nation is to be able to speak your own dialect, to be able to speak your own language. Wherever you go, people are associated themselves to say, I'm a Benin person. Do not come and tell me you are a Benin person when you cannot even know, you don't even know what is Koyo. Can't even, the simplest greeting, you can't say it. Speak a Benin language to someone who will tell you, bro, what are you talking about? Are you talking to me or you're talking to someone else? You begin to wonder. Brothers and sisters, just letting you guys know, my advocacy stand on parliamentary system of government. I want Nigerian government to rethink so that people can start thinking about, if you want to change the system, change the politics. Let's start with that to see where it leads us to. A system where people can talk, argue, and then come up with a consensus to say this is what we are doing. The position will be monitoring, the government will be monitoring. If we are going to make rules, it's approved in the Parliament or House of Representatives, go through House of Rep, they sign and the President sign. That's it. That way, I believe our people can get a dividend of what they vote for. Because right now, they are voting for the most corrupt system of government. which is presidential system of government, because presidential system of government have not yielded anything in Africa. It has not come up with any tangible evidence to prove that democracy is actually existing in Africa. That's the power of the people, for the people and by the people. It does not exist. Presidential system of government have brought corruption, kidnapping, extortion, extermination, and poverty and austerity measure. That's what it has brought. It has given room to politicians to steal and steal and steal and steal and steal. Giving room to anarchy, authoritarian. That's why they call it big man politics. Presidential system of government, they call big man politics in Africa. It is weird and barbaric to feel that we are on top while our system are so corrupt, killing our people, innocent people. People are dying every day in the midst of plenty. Edo State, for example, have 286 oil wells. We produce the highest number of cement, columbite, cocoa. We have clay for ties. We have everything. Not to talk of cash crop, yam, cassava, cocoyam, everything we have. Yet, there's no road to bring this food to town. We have rice, we have everything. No road to bring this to town. And people call me from Africa that they said, Fulani herdsmen cannot allow people to even farm. Everything they plan, they will take their cow there and eat all the food. And when they talk, they use AK-47 to shoot them. And we have a system of government that will go to the center of government to demand for security vote. And they will give them 700 or 600 million and we start buying one security car or security van for the police to work. The police are using dilapidated cars and living in dilapidated buildings. You go to the police station, they are smelly shit, and you begin to wonder what kind of society is this. Just check it. Now, bandit is killing people in the East, killing people every now and then. I saw the other day, they say they enforced the Operation Stay Home. Bandits were using cutlass to slap people on top of the bike. They create their own law and take law into themselves, killing their own people. Or in the name of freedom, in the name of democracy. There's never been democracy. Democracy has never worked in Africa. Instead, what it brought is starvation, stagnation, wearing away, emaciating, devastating. That's what democracy has brought to Africa. Democracy, with the name presidential government, it has destroyed the whole continent. It is so selfish to practice a kind of system of government that does not care for its citizens. There's no African countries that care for their citizens. If you have a problem overseas as an African person, you are on your own. They don't care. They don't care. No one will come out. No one will come to your rescue except you have a second citizenship. Then you have a hope. Brothers and sisters, we have to call a spade a spade. The system Nigeria is practicing, the system Africans are practicing, are failed African woefully. It is time for us to change it to a parliamentary system of government and practice something that we can interlock ourselves together like this and argue in the presence of the nation, in the presence of the people, and collectively we can arrive at a compromise. We have a president in Nigeria. No one knows whether he's still there or he's living in Abu Dhabi. The wife is living in Dubai. He only visits Nigeria once a year. Can't imagine that. And you people are telling us it is good. It is good. You see a Nigerian will go to Nigeria. When they come to abroad, they will tell you Nigeria is so beautiful, Nigeria is good. A society where they Fulani herdsmen collecting Nigerian passport from the passport office. You as a citizen, you go to the passport, they will tell you there's no passport booklet. But if a Fulani herdsman go there with money, they will give to him. Is that a system that is good? System that does not care for the citizen, system that cannot build common, cannot do common landscape, a system that will make abandoned road, abandoned properties, a system that will take a bulldozer and destroy buildings, a system that is just going to assassinating and killing people, a system that will just going to spend the whole treasury in fighting people. Come on, man. We're not crazy. We know what it is. We know what's up. Is that a system? Presidential system of government has failed Africa and it has failed Nigeria woefully. All we need now is to change it to a parliamentary system of government. A government that can lock itself like this can argue if anything is going to pass through the parliament. They'll argue it out. The nation will see it. Don't tell me you're going to build the road from Abuja to Benin started 2005. To this very moment, that road is abandoned. It's not completed. And they spent over, that time they spent over, it was budgeted about 26 billion on that road. That time the dollar was very strong. Not now that the dollar is dead. Nigerian money is dead. 2005, I went to that road 2007. They did it to Lokoja. From Lokoja, ever since they abandoned it completely. And now people are saying everything is getting better. How? How? It gives me a cause of concern. This is why I come with this idea, which is what I'm advocating for Nigeria to fight for a change of system. A change of system will help us. A government that will come together like this, discourse. If you want to build anything with discourse. A government, a presidential system of government that does not have fish pond, don't have cassava farm, don't have a yam farm, doesn't have anything. You think, is that a government that's going to feed you? No way. A government that will just don't care about agriculture. What they call about is taking oil from the ground. How much oil are they going to sell? They will send a shipload of oil to overseas to be sold, and the money will never come back. Is that what you're going to be waiting for, Africa? In Nigeria? That is hilarious. We need to change the system so that we know, people will give an account of how our budget is, how we spend it. So presidential system of government is a failure to Africa, to Nigeria. It has not yielded anything when it comes to governing of the system, of the government. Look at it. I've named a lot of presidents to you guys. Jaya Jawara of Gambia, Yedema of Togo, Momo Sierra Leone, Kenneth Kaunda, Kamuzu Banda, what is the name? A lot of them, man. A lot. Buhari, Babangida, a lot of them. A lot of these people, they all use Mubarak. What is it? Jomo Kenyatta. The one from Tanzania, what is his name? Then Paul Kagame. All these are all presidential government. They are all corrupt. None of them has been able to come to Africa for a simple, tangible things. They have not been able to deliver as an African. Why are we practicing a system that is dragging us behind? A system that gives birth to corruption, nepotism, tribalism. A system that gives birth to kidnapping. System that gives birth to terminating. All of them become a terminator. That's the system. What are we doing with it? Brothers and sisters, it's time to call a spade a spade. My time is over. I salute you people. May God continue to bless and guide us and provide and make a way for us when there seems to be no way. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, I pray. Amen. Peace. Bye for now.